Most people have never heard of Asch conformity and the Milgram obedience experiments. So Asch conformity, I forget where that was done, but Milgram obedience was done at Yale University. Really interesting work. And this is just a great video worth watching. You can see it's been watched by many, many people. This is a video where you can listen to Aldous Huxley in his own words say that in the future there will be manipulative technology so strong that the general public will learn to love their slavery, love their servitude, and that clearly has well, it's been around for a long time, but wow, it's so much more obvious now. So let's look at Milgram real quick. Here he is, Stanley Milgram, and there's a movie that you can watch. This is Stanley Milgram, and this was one of the guys who was in the obedience, and he shocked the guy too. You can see. So participants acting as teacher were instructed to deliver what they believe were increasingly powerful electric shocks to the learner, who was actually part of the experiment. So you can see how it works out. The test subject, there was sorry, here's the learner. Here is the subject, so this guy here would be this guy here, and here is the experimenter telling the subject to keep raising the volts higher. So Milgram's series of social experiments, 60s, how far people would go to obey an authority figure. So participants acting as teacher, here's the subject, the teacher, here's the subject, the learner, were instructed to deliver what they believe were increasingly powerful electric shocks to a learner who was part of the scam. There was never an electricity anything. Watch this. 65% of the subjects, the learners, the learner, I mean the teacher, right? The teacher, 65% gave the maximum level of shock despite this guy saying, please stop, please stop. The lethal dose 65% gave them. Isn't that terrifying? Isn't terrifying? Terrifying. Can you see? So people have been conditioned to have no empathy. So here they are again. High obedience. Look at this. 65% were willing to administer a 450-volt shock despite the learner's pleas and complaints. Experiments derived that an authority figure's commands could easily override an individual's personal moral objections. You can read this yourselves. Isn't that scary? That's Milgram obedience, 1960s. And then Asch conformity was the 50s. I just forget what university it was at. But this, you can watch this online. So what they do here, we'll just call this guy the test subject. These guys here were all part of the scam. So people will conform to a unanimous majority opinion even when the opinion is clearly wrong. Here's what they did. So they were asked, which one is this one here? Which one is the same over here? And they were asked, obviously the answer is C. But then all these guys chose B. And so eventually the subject, the victim, conformed. The results show that about 37% of subjects conformed to the wrong answer during critical trials. 40% willingly chose wrong just to conform. And 3/4 conformed at least once. That's social pressure, right? That's religion and politics right there. Religion and politics. Just ask Republicans, Democrats on dogmatic religious figures, and they will tell you that they are proud of their enslavement without even knowing it. It's horrible, baby. It's a horrible thing. So let's check this out right now. We got perversion on the left and perversion on the right. A lot of people don't know that this was actually checked by Snopes on Yahoo News. This dude showered with his daughter when she was young, and this is in her diary, and saying, Ashley Biden described showers taken with her father when she was a child. That's probably not appropriate. No shit. How about this guy? Jeffrey Epstein? Who's Jeffrey Epstein? Oh man. Asch conformity voters are committed to and give their will to amoral politicians and religious figures. Unbelievable. I'm sure the next election for one of Epstein's friends will make our country great again, or better, or give us hope. So here you are again. This is worthwhile watching. You should just Google Love Your Servitude, Aldous Huxley, and it's really a magnificent little video. And you can hear him in his own words. Huxley, pretty impressive that Huxley was, shared all that information and wrote all that great stuff. How about this? This is a scientific journal, Aggression and Violent Behavior, the Grooming of Children for Sexual Abuse in Religious Settings. Look at that. Where was this published? Published in 2019. Yikes. How disgusting. So, turns out the brain adapts to dishonesty. And you can see this from back in January of 2010 in NBC News. Blaming others is contagious. And that's what they do. The left blames the right blames the rest, while they do what? While children get groomed, bombs get dropped. Oh my God, what a fucking nightmare this is. So this is America. This is America. It's disgusting. And here we have, it's a hoax. It's a hoax. Can you believe that they're saying this is a hoax? And who's lining up and agreeing? Yeah, all the conformity victims on the right are agreeing with this. And that'll shift back and forth, as we go every 4 years. But this is how it goes. You either vote for and support. Now, ultimately, I wouldn't condemn anyone for voting for Biden or Trump. As long as you just held your nose and did it that way. That's the way to do it, right? Maybe it'll be better if this guy's in there. Who knows? But the disgusting part are those who are committed to these disgusting politicians and religious figures and their bullshit ideologies.